Just whenever you're ready. Also,
Hi, I'm Dave Hook. I'm the programme leader on the BA Ons Music. When you're applying for music, the first stage would be that you apply through UCAS, as you do for any programme. At a certain point, then there'll be a gate open, if you like, and your application would then be passed through to the music team, at which point you're asked for a portfolio. Once your portfolio request goes out, you'll get some information telling you what we're looking for and some of the elements that are going to be expected of you, as well as the deadlines, which is usually a 3-week turnaround from when you've been asked for the portfolio to when you then have to send it in for us to have a look at it. For music, when we ask you for a portfolio, we're asking for two things really. We're asking for a written element and we're asking for a practical element. And what we're looking for there is to see evidence of you already engaging with some of the things that you're then going to start delving into and spending more time on at university. The written element is an opportunity for you to showcase where your interests are beyond, for example, what you've been doing at school or at organised music activities, but actually spending your own free time because you're interested in it as a subject. Now, don't forget the importance of the written element of the portfolio, because it's an opportunity for you to tell your story and to let us know who you are as a musician and as a creative person. It's an opportunity as well to show us that you are willing to engage critically and analytically and to have a think about some of the concepts that are going to come up at university. The BA Music is a practical degree. It's very much about developing as a performer, as a composer, as a producer, and becoming a stronger idea of who you are as a creative person. But it's also a university degree. And that means it's also about thinking and analysing and getting a better understanding of how we fit into the world around us. Depending on which strand you're applying for, that application will be slightly different in the portfolio. If you're a composer or a producer, we'll ask you to submit 10 minutes of your work that we can have a look at. That would be probably about 2 to 3 songs that you've written, showcasing your writing skills, your compositional skills, your production skills, how you've put a song together, and an overview of where you're at as a music maker. For a performer, we'll also ask for a 10-minute portfolio, but that would be videos of you performing, say again, 2 to 3 pieces of music, videos of you performing live. For the performance strand of the portfolio, one thing that we would recommend is that you think about diversity of the pieces that you submit. Try and showcase versatility in what you do, rather than, for example, submitting 3 pieces that are very similar and showcase the same thing 3 times. Think about ways that you can show a range of things you're capable of within your repertoire, particularly if you're submitting broadband popular music submissions, then we would say submit those accompanied. So rather than a solo performance, think about an accompaniment either to backing track or with other performers or accompanying yourself with your instrument, but think about a performance that comes with the way that you would perform alongside the piece of music you're working with. If it's a classical repertoire, sometimes there's valid reasons why you might submit that as a solo performance, but maybe think about having at least one piece submitted accompanied. If you're submitting songs that you have composed or produced, again, try to think about showing variety and versatility within what you do, whilst across the whole umbrella of performance, composition or production, try to think of ways that demonstrate who you are as an artist. So the story of what you do and making sure that the songs you pick represent who you are and who you want to be as a musician. One of the main things I'm looking for when I look at a portfolio is this person genuinely interested and excited about the subject they're applying for? Make sure that you don't miss the opportunity to show all the ways that you are spending your time, your free time, your recreational time on the subject that you're interested in, beyond things that you might have had to do for an activity at school or for other organised activities. Show that you truly are engaged in what you want to do and that you've spent time developing it. One of the first things that you can notice about a portfolio is the amount of thought and effort that has gone into it. Whether somebody has considered the portfolio as a whole, the written element, the practical elements, and really knitted those two parts together. When you receive your request for a portfolio, there's a 3-week turnaround between being asked for it and then submitting it. You then submit for the performance strand YouTube links or other video links, allowing us to see what you're doing as a performer as well as to hear it. If you're submitting on the composition strand or the production strand, then you'll submit an audio playlist in WAV format instead. All of those would be wrapped up along with the written element and emailed to the address requested on your portfolio document. For contextual applicants, we offer just a little bit of extra support with your portfolio. If you are a contextual applicant, then instead of just being requested to submit a portfolio, we'll get in touch with you and we'll offer you short portfolio support sessions over the course of the 3-week period before you submit it. From a personal perspective, one of the most rewarding things about creating a portfolio is an opportunity to take a wee step back and look retrospectively about all the great stuff you have created and sort of understand the journey you've been on yourself to the stage you're at now. Think back on all the great bits of work you've done in the past, and it's not about necessarily having to create all new material. It's about collecting all the great work you've already done and showcasing that.